I am going to light this candle in honor of the energy of Marilyn Monroe. And as long as this candle remains lit, I am opening myself as a channel for the energy of Marilyn Monroe to come through and to communicate using the tarot and my intuition to let us know what really happened. So now I ask the energy of Marilyn Monroe to be present while we ask the tarot what really happened to you. Let me be your voice. Let me be the voice of the situation. We're going to start with choosing 3 of the Rider-Waite cards after a few shuffles. The Knight of Pentacles is reversed. The 5 of Cups is upright. And the Emperor. This is something that possibly in the long run that she didn't see coming. There is a certain level of not being able to let go of something that was really upsetting, and that was a problem for a certain authority figure. This also tells me that her death had nothing to do with her work, actually, is what I just heard when I looked at this card again. So her death had nothing to do with her work, like as an actress. It had more to do with looking too much at these spilled cups, and that was irritating to this authority figure. Let's get this deck and see if anything comes out. Give us a little clarity here. We got market manipulation and road. I feel like with those 2 cards, there was some kind of goal. There was some kind of goal of manipulation. Because the road is really symbolic for advancing forward to your destination. So symbolically speaking, that could be like a goal. So I believe with those 2 cards coming out together, there is some kind of goal towards manipulation here. And mind control. All right, now let's shuffle the Deviant Moon Tarot. I want to get 3 cards out of this deck as well to kind of add to the energy here of what happened to Marilyn Monroe. We have the Justice card reversed. What happened was really unfair. What happened to Marilyn Monroe was not a form of it was like revenge, yes, in some way. But on her end, this was definitely not justice, the outcome. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. As you can see, this greedy man has all the money. And then there's this woman figure who's exposed and like selling herself, really, is what this card is reminding me of. Definitely selling herself for her sexuality. And then we have the Two of Pentacles upright because she was imbalanced. She was out of balance in her physical life because of that. Because of this Four of Pentacles. It was always a power struggle. It was always a power struggle with the Emperor. They were always trying to manipulate and control her. They were always looking out for their own destinations. Someone's looking out for their own destination and covering it up with their own manipulation and mind control. Okay. And for clarity on the Deviant Moon, we'll get the other half of this deck. Democrat, evil, egotism, and trapped. Oops, that's upside down. These cards really speak for themselves in the situation of Marilyn Monroe. She was trapped in a particular ego of selling herself, really, her sexuality, selling her body, and not really being able to express how intelligent that she really is. So she was definitely trapped by this persona that had been created in Marilyn Monroe. And then we got the Democrat next to the evil card. She was definitely mixed up in some things that maybe were a little in over her head. They were a little too... They were more evil than she ever could really recognize. Any other messages from this deck, Marilyn? Hidden. So definitely the truth is hidden, but there are keys here. So within Marilyn's story, there are definitely little keys that lead to the truth, such as the missing diary and things like that. So there are also messed up pieces of the timeline, the autopsy, and everything. So the truth is hidden, but there are keys to the fact that it's hidden that are also present. It was a false flag event, the way that it was presented to us. Anything else from this deck, Marilyn? Trafficking. Her whole life was a form of trafficking. The mind control, being stuck in a particular persona, selling yourself, never having peace and balance in your own life, never having the justice and fairness you desire. Yeah, her death had nothing to do with her actual work as an actress. It definitely had to do with an authority figure. I believe it had definitely something to do with this. Evil Democrat. Someone in at least the political circles that she was running around in at the time of her death definitely had something to do with it. But everything that we have been told has been manipulated. It's been a form of mind control. okay? Hiding the truth. Basically a way for them to reach the people who are hiding the truth to reach their own goals. All right. The story that we've been fed is definitely a false flag. All right, Marilyn, is there anything else you want to tell us with this deck? Pretending, fake, living beyond means. So I think that that card is really just expressing and confirming once again that everything that you see is fake. It's pretend. It is not necessarily living beyond the means, but it's a fake, yeah, not facing truth, denial. It's not the truth, okay? Is there anything? Ooh. Okay, so we have hot pursuit, bounty hunter. Someone definitely had it out for her. All right, they knew that her emotions came in waves, like coming and going, and they knew that they could use this against her. They knew that if they brought that up, that would be an okay excuse. They used her lack of long-term relationships and lack of commitment with the ones that love her as more to the story, as this excuse, this mind control, this false flag. All right. Now, the love affair was something that was like definitely having to be kept on lockdown. The love affair gave her receipts of some kind. Receipts for something. All right? And I think that at the time that Marilyn wanted to kind of give up the kind of like more fast-paced life and maybe really did want to settle down and really did want to honor that the wiser feminine part of herself. She just didn't make it. Yeah. She didn't make it. She had a surprise visitor at her house. Spontaneously, unexpected. Surprise visit by someone. Yeah. There was a little conversation before this happened, okay? They had been watching her. Definitely keeping their eyes on her. And definitely making her look like a drama queen. Making it look like she was causing chaos. And like she was the thirsty one. Like needing this drama in order to try to advance in her life. But it really wasn't the case. It was the person who was focused on her. Who sent the surprise visitor. You guys, I think that this reading is pretty much spot on. But now that I feel like... Let me get another card off this deck first. All right, Marilyn. What did we say? Frozen. Frozen. I don't feel like this is necessarily like a place, like an ice or something. What I think that this card is representing is a very cold-hearted disposition. So, you know, maybe even someone who was cold towards her. Like someone who would have normally been her friend or that she thought was more warm-hearted towards her, turned out to be very, very cold. cold. I keep hearing like cold blood. Cold blood. Isn't that like a way of saying that they were killed in cold blood? Ooh, I just dropped a bunch on accident. Anything else from this deck? Yeah. We got drugs and poison with the cleanup card, you guys. So drugs / poison with the cleanup card is telling me that the drugs that were allegedly in her system was all part of the cleanup of her murder. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, it was kind of like framing it to make it look like it was her accidentally doing this to herself. We also got the aliens card, so I feel like someone was trying to fill her head with something. Someone was trying to... She was trying to get into someone's head, or someone was trying to get into her head about something, too. Anything else from this deck before we go? Yeah. So, there's definitely something going on with the mind, like, telepathic, like, trying to fill your head with something, you know? This one says access granted, social media, fake profile hiding. But I think this is just proving, like we were saying earlier, how someone was kind of acting fake, like who she thought what she was close with was actually someone very cold. All right. Yeah. We have the love, unconditional love card next to the Verge card. It says about to reveal or confess. I think someone was afraid of her love affair making her eventually reveal something, confess to something that definitely isn't supposed to be coming out. And there are certain trigger words that they didn't want anyone to know about either. Certain people, places, things, whatever, triggers that are like, they don't even want to talk about it in the story that's put out into the world. I think this reading has pretty much revealed the story. It definitely had to do with the evil people in her life, trying to fill her head, the people who had been taking advantage of her in certain situations. People definitely had their eyes on her, were watching her, making her seem like crazy, seem like creating chaos. All right, let's see if maybe I can pull at least one card from the Murder Mystery Oracle to see what it might reveal. Forensic science field will provide important clues. I think there already has been at least a little bit of that, because I think that what was found in Marilyn Monroe's system didn't really quite match what the people said, what they were trying to say that she did, you know? So let me shuffle a few more times and get another one. A closer observation of the victim's living space may provide clues. So maybe there's clues in something in some of the evidence that was collected from the scene. Her living space was the actual place where this took place. And it's really unfortunate that I feel like the investigation just immediately kind of wrote it off. Again, because of the story that they were creating surrounding her and surrounding the situation of her death. I want to pull one more of the murder mystery oracle cards before we go regarding Marilyn Monroe's death. Important details are not being revealed to the public at this time. Yeah, I think we all knew that. There are some very important details that have been hidden from the public for literally decades. So what really happened to Marilyn Monroe because of this may remain a mystery for years to come, but you never really know. You never know if someone might want to come out with at least their part of the truth and what really happened to Marilyn Monroe. So I really want to know what you guys think about this reading and about maybe even what do you think actually happened to Marilyn Monroe? Do you buy what the media tells us? Or do you have a different theory? Let me know about it. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. But now it's time to send Marilyn back to the energy from where she came. Thank you, Marilyn, for being here, for sharing with us what really happened to you. And now you may be released and go back to the energy from where you came. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.